News time is 8 minutes after 8 o'clock on this Wednesday. Top of the morning from the newsroom of Regional Radio and DeWittDailyNews.com. I'm Seth Lawrence with this expanded 8 o'clock newscast brought to you by streaming to Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin insurance agent in Clinton. The DeWitt County Board last week voted to dissolve the Marina Committee on the heels of the Marina, the sale of the Marina, that is. Board Chair Dan Matthews told Regional Radio the committee is obviously no longer needed as oversight of the Marina is no longer under county control. That has left the board to decide what to do with the dollars from the sale of the property.
Yeah, so the first step was to get the board to agree to dissolve the committee. It's time to do that. We do have funds specifically in the Marina Committee's account, so we needed to first dissolve the committee on a vote. Now we'll have a resolution to remove that committee, which is a legal process to do that since when it was created. Then we'll have the ability to move the funds into different funds in the county, right? So we talked last night about putting a certain amount of money in our contingency fund, a certain amount of money in the depreciation fund, $1 million into the general fund, and then what was considered the Marina fund. So outside of the sale of the Marina, which was the $1.6 million, that money is going into 3 county funds. There's going to be additional $800,000 going into what we're deeming right now an economic development fund. So we wanted to take some of the dollars that the Marina had in their own fund, and what can we do within the county? What can we do, other projects that we can bring to light with those funds in order to better serve the taxpayers. So they have to be pretty specific. The new owner has a pride.
While the county dissolves the Marina Committee and decides how to allocate money from the sale of the Marina, the new Marina owner is seeking a special use permit for a campground at the property, but Matthews notes the permit was short on some required information.
The new owner has applied for a special use permit to add campground sites out there, which was part of the original proposal that we were given, and the board liked the idea of doing that. It's something that was done at Lake Shelbyville all over the place, permanent campsites, people that leave their campers there, boating. It's going to bring in people that are going to stay longer periods of time in the county. But a special use permit had to be approved. It's gone through RPC and went through the ZBA. And the ZBA both approved it. There's some language in the SUP that's a little bit vague, and I think we need to clean up. But it was important. Dave Waters, the chairman of the ZBA, wanted to see better drawings of what's going to be built out there. And ultimately, we all kind of went back and forth on the wording in the SUP and what's required. But we all decided that, yes, we wanted to see some additional drawings just so we know when we give it our stamp of approval, which I see happening as soon as those drawings become available. But we did push back just so that trying to follow the ordinance, but we need to make the ordinance a lot more clear so that the next person would understand exactly what's needed as far as drawings for the first step. They still got to go through the health department. They got to go through engineering drawings, and there's a whole lot of other checks and balances after our approval of the special use permit, but it needed to start with a better drawing of what's going to be done out there. So we got that done, and hopefully we'll have that done in a couple weeks or so to at least approve it, and then they can move on with their other approvals they're going to need.
Matthews reminds the county maintains its first right of refusal, while the idea has been floated to set money to the side to make sure new ownership maintains its side of the agreement. Matthews says putting money aside without a plan to spend is not permitted by law. He indicates the county does not want back in the marina business. Organizers have announced this year's entertainment lineup at the Apple and Pork Festival this weekend in Clinton. Museum Director Joey Long says the festival's program is always very complimentary to the relaxed atmosphere of the event. The Clinton High School Band always opens the festival with the national anthem on Saturday morning.
So the lineup this year, on Saturday, we will kick off with the Clinton High School Band. And that will be followed by the Stephanie Foster Band. And then on the street, Woodlawn Street, we'll have the Sugar Creek Cloggers performing. We also will have Andrew the Magician. He's fantastic. He's a Victorian-era magician and so fun to watch and so entertaining. So He will be strolling the grounds during the day. And then in the afternoon on stage, we have Modern Cowboys. And then the next day, Sunday, the 29th, we will have on the stage Harmony Grits, the Elderly Brothers, the Rail Splitters Barbershop Quartet will be strolling the grounds. The Sugar Creek Cloggers, they'll be performing again on Woodlawn Street in the afternoon. And then we also will have the final band of the day. That will be Green Diamond Express.
Regular attendees to the Apple and Pork Festival have undoubtedly taken notice of Mr. Lincoln roaming the homestead grounds throughout the weekend. Long says he is a terrific representation of Mr. Lincoln and his ties to DeWitt County.
And then we also have, this has become so popular, and I just adore him, our Mr. Lincoln. We have our very own Mr. Lincoln. And I promise you, he is just as witty as the original Lincoln and just as entertaining to listen to. So he will be there both days.
The Apple and Pork Festival comes up this weekend in Clinton from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday and Sunday, rain or shine. Find the Apple and Pork icon at DeWittDailyNews.com for more information about this year's event. You can also check out the Apple and Pork Festival Facebook page. News time 14 minutes after 8 o'clock. A look at local sports comes up next. To get news anytime at DeWittDailyNews.com.